Now, we were talking about the Winter Wonderland that the Church of Scientology have set up in Tala in West Dublin. It's totally free. It has a free fun fair. It's not Funderland, but it's a free fun fair. And the visit to Santa is free, and apparently everything is free. Well, they've put 20 million into Ireland. So, and some people were concerned, was there another agenda with the Church of Scientology? Now, Cathy Schenkelberg has been involved with the Scientologists. Cathy, good afternoon.
Hi there. How are you?
And is in Ireland at the minute. Sounds like a dodgy line to me. Cathy, how much have you given to the Church of Scientology?
I was in 14 years. It took me another 5 years to get out. Total $983,000. Single mom, raised, self-employed actress in the States. Yeah. Okay. And I have every receipt, so they can't come after me because I kept everything.
And why did you give the Church of Scientology nearly $1 million?
I didn't do it all at once. I started out with $35. You know, you just like the fun fair, they'll bring you in. Nothing's free, actually. I mean, it's free to get you in there. But after a while, I signed up for my first course, which was $35, and I met a lot of nice people. I wanted to join the Peace Corps, basically, and I met someone who said, if you want to help mankind, this is the group for you. And I liked her, and I believed her. And so it was a slow indoctrination for me. It eventually, when I got to the upper levels, I don't know if you've heard of the aliens and all that stuff, you get in there and you pay money on account. So your money is already there. So basically, I went into the highest level of Scientology, having spent nearly $500,000.
And why did you decide you had to leave the Church of Scientology?
Well, there was a certain point where, I was at the Celebrity Center in Hollywood, and I told
Cathy, I'm being very rude. I have to cut across you because the phone line was bad to start, but it's now after getting worse. We'll try and get you on a different line, Cathy. You hold on there. Cathy Schenkelberg is back at this bizarre story. You're in Ireland at the moment. You heard what we were talking about the other day. As I said, you've given over so many years. You've given $900,000 to the Church of Scientology dollars. Now it's then I asked. I thought it was a sequential question, but some people on Twitter don't think it is. Why did you leave? Is it because they got so much money off you, or? Oh,
yeah. It actually. I started. I started to run out of money, and you really kind of see what the colors are made of because I was. I had to go to ethics because I had because I wasn't making money, but I was on the top level. But that wasn't what made me leave. I was getting disheartened and disenchanted by all the new things that they kept recycling, and you have to redo this and redo that. But the main thing, Joe, was I told them at Celebrity Center, there's a staff called Sea Org, the Sea Organization, which signs a billion-year contract. Those people over at the Community Center at Burr House are in the blue uniforms. They're staff members. Well, I told the president and vice president, Susan and Karen, at the Celebrity Center in Hollywood, I say, look, my daughter is hands off. Nobody can recruit her. I don't want any of that. So I was on course, and she was down in the cafe, and I got in the car with her after my class is over, and she said, Mommy, I don't want to go there anymore. And I said, why? And she goes, they keep trying to take me. And I said, what do you mean? You're like 9.5. And she said, they want me to sign up. And I said, you can do that when you're 18. But she said, then I wouldn't be able to talk to you or my dad. My daughter got me out, okay?
She got you out, okay. But
the long and short of it.
But Cathy, to go back to where we started, this Winter Wonderland that people were concerned about, that's opened up in this new magnificent centre, the Church of Scientology have built in Tala, and it's free in, and it's very welcoming, and it's very Christmassy and Santa and all this carry on. Even though the Scientology, do you mark December 25th in the Church of Scientology, by the way?
Oh, well, no, I mean, Scientology told me, I was raised Catholic from a family of 10. They said it's non-denominational, but at a certain point you realize it's called another practice. Okay. So there tends to be a conflict with that. Oh, sure, they'll mark it and invite people in and have you sign up and get your kids to go in the bouncy house and pet the reindeers and shit. Oh, can I say that? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, but Cathy, let me put a point which a number of callers made who have gone into the free Winter Wonderland in the Church of Scientology. Yeah. And they said they got on the fun fair. It was brilliant. It was free. They went inside. It was warm. It was welcome. Really brilliantly done up. Santa and gifts from Santa. then there's a cup of coffee. But hang on, they said there was no attempt to make them join or even become interested or give them literature about the Church of Scientology.
Well, let me just put it this way. When I did my $35 course, if they told me there were aliens on OT3, I would have ran. So they're going to be inviting and welcoming. And sure enough, people should be able to enjoy that. But once they sign up, put their email, their address, and their name, they're in central files for the rest of their life. I just want to mention something. I'm working in Dublin. I have a client in the States, a voiceover client. So I'm here, and then I go over to the Fur House at Ballycullen Drive where I did my show, and I go pay the woman who runs the show because I rented the space because that's how they survive. They need to rent that space. So you have a community center with whatever square feet, and you offer free things. Are you giving back to the community? Are you creating jobs? Are you hiring people? No, you're recruiting. It's a bait and switch. They're saturated in America. They're coming over here hoping nobody knows about you. And they just bought a building in County Meath. I'm going to the meeting there on Sunday. It's the stranger things. Ireland is that part of Indiana, and the upside down is Scientology, getting their tentacles and reaching out with these help groups, hiring major PR firms, safeguarding the neighborhood. I mean, I went to the Civic Theater and the Rua Red to pass out my flyers, and they said the Scientologists were already there. They said they're getting to know the neighbors, and they were like freaked out. They're like, yeah, they're getting to know the neighbors.
Cathy, what is the purpose of? Apparently, it's 20 million. They bought a magnificent building in Merrion Square. They bought this incredible building out in Tala. They're buying more. Mm-hmm. Why are Scientologists, of which there are very few in Ireland, but there is a very big skeptical community in Ireland after that whole cult of Scientology. Why are they targeting Ireland?
You got to put your money somewhere. It's recognized as a religion in the States. It's tax exempt. If they don't spend their money, it just doesn't work. You have to put your money somewhere. And real estate, I believe in California, maybe in Clearwater, they're the highest or second highest real estate owners. They buy up property. Trust me, it is not. This is what they're doing in Ireland. I lived it for almost 2 decades. I lived it, and I'm not upset about the $1 million. I'm upset about the time I lost. And that's what's happening. Is I was telling somebody I was in Pasadena. A friend of mine got out 30 years ago. A knock at the door. A girl in a blue uniform with a Russian accent said, "Why did you leave?" And my friend Joyce said, "Sweetheart, I left 30 years ago." And she knew her address. This is what I'm saying. It's a bait and switch. But you know what? Good on those folks who want to go in and have mince pies and hot chocolate and pet a reindeer. But trust me, the further you go into it, the more you will find out that their motives are not. They're all about recruitment. It's just, hey, my experience, and a lot of other people's too. And then if you leave, you're disconnected from. There's a whole nother talk show on this
what
subject.
Would you say to people in Antal and indeed beyond? It's near the M50. Who might be saying, or and it's on bus routes as well, who might be saying, well, we'll go to this free winter wonderland this weekend. Would you tell them not to go?
No, I wouldn't tell them not to go, but I would say don't sign up your real name and email address. I'd say that to anybody going into the church. I would say don't give out your personal information, but here, listen. The bottom line is Ireland's a strong country with strong religious and moral values, and this is just a bait and switch. And they'll, the more property they buy, but people need to speak out, and there's a lot of wonderful people that are protesting. It's a small amount of people, but they are mighty, and I just so appreciate. Yeah, I love this country.
Okay, I know you're performing. You've written a play about your experience. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a Catholic girl's journey into and out of Scientologist. I'm number 7 of 10 kids. My dad was a firefighter, and my mom was a housewife, and I was the only one in my family to get in Scientology.
And where are you performing this piece?
I already did it at the Fur House Community Center, but I have interest at the Civic Theater in the small studio space. So I'm going over there to discuss that, to come back in February. And also, I'm traveling with it in Amsterdam, Birmingham. I'm trying to go to places in Europe and in UK and Ireland who are there's small pockets of Scientology, but they're building a nest here and they're growing.
Okay.
Not really growing in numbers, Joe.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, Cathy Schenkelberg, enjoy your stay in Ireland, and thanks indeed for that warning about the Church of Scientology. Thanks, Cathy.